What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Curfew Boys podcast. Myself, Sammy, with my boy on the bass, Zook.
Hey now, look at this.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that guitar and bass rack you got going.
Can't hide them today, you know?
Nope. That's pretty sick. What's real quick? What did you got back there exactly in terms of guitar
so
brands?
my main driver is a 62 precision bass Fender.
Ooh.
Then I got two Music Mans. I got one Sterling and one Stingray.
Okay.
Then I got a Line 6 guitar. It's a Variax. Basically, I use it because it has the capability of sounding like 14 different guitars,
No
including
way.
the 12-string
Okay.
guitar. And then I got a Stratocaster.
Yeah.
Or
Beautiful.
the original, funky vibes.
Beautiful.
That's all man. That's all you need.
That's it. So listen, if you're all listening to this, happy Thursday on YouTube or on any podcast platform, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the only way we're going to feel the love in terms of hockey content and Montreal Canadiens content on Apple Podcast, Spotify. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, follow. We're on all other social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Twitter, or X, Facebook. We're on TikTok. Those are the only ones I know so far that we're in. But thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Season's done, at least on the ice. But there's still
never done, buddy. As we know,
dude,
it's never down.
This hockey season never freaking ends. Like,
okay, I wanted to comment on this one whole point.
Okay.
Is it just recently that you feel this is the case, or because I remember being in high school and not giving a shit once May came and the Habs weren't in the playoffs, which was quite often when we were young. We never really had a postseason per se. You know what I'm saying? It's only been as of I would say it's okay, maybe the last 7 years where we feel like it's a continuous season with us following, either the junior kids or only been recently. Before that, it's like whatever,
maybe maybe because us doing this podcast, like, we got to do our homework. It could be. I think my level of care in terms of like really paying attention to the details in juniors was when Nick Suzuki had his final year in junior, had a real like incredible run in the OHL and the playoffs and all that. So like that's when I really started paying attention to the Montreal Canadiens farm team, because I would go back to a little bit in the Bulldogs. I remember when like Thomas Plekanec was there. Like we all remember Carey Price when he was there, but we who else, like Desharnais, Brendan Gallagher, when Max Pacioretty said, "Put me in the minors if you're not going to play me top six." Yeah. Like I remember those times, but I don't remember looking at the details, looking at the stats, like getting updates. And like at the same time too, like we didn't get as much info like we do now on Twitter or X or all kinds of other sources. I think the level of care and passion grew significantly, and now more than ever we have information or sources, as we say, like off the yin yang. So it's not that we're forced to do the research, but we're exposed to it a lot more. But in terms of like my level of excitement, like for a draft, it really like, I was always excited about the draft, but I think now because of this podcast, like I try to do, we try to go into the fucking depths as much as possible. Like I remember when Galchenyuk got drafted and all that, like Nathan Beaulieu.
Do you think it's also partly due to like the organization that we have now versus what it was back in the day? Because we were always skeptical of people in power in the Montreal Canadiens up until this new regime that stepped in. Almost, was it 4 years now?
Yeah, Zook. I think it's because it's the rebuild is official.
Yes, exactly. It never was really said, the word. You're right. The rebuild was never said, man. I remember.
I remember when Marc Bergevin first started, I do recall him saying, "No, like we're gonna build." He said, "Don't misquote."
Yeah.
I'm misquoting this, so don't take this 100% what I'm saying, but like he did say no, like the drafts are important to build this team, but he never said it was a rebuild though. Like it was just like he's
No,
going to build a team and then he's going to draft who he drafts, and hopefully that player develops to be a key piece to the
I
team.
remember what he was saying once, and now this is really on in his career.
Yeah,
He says the only way we're gonna get what we need is through the draft.
something like exactly.
Something
It
like
was
that.
something like
But
that.
he never really followed through if you think about it though.
Well, he did, and he
It
did.
was
He
he never really got a real center.
well, he thought
You know,
he thought
Kent
Galchenyuk was
Hughes
going
on
to be
his
that
first
number
fucking
one.
6 months got what? How many fucking centers?
He
Like,
got well,
you know,
well in
and he's not
Bergevin's
even a GM.
defense,
Yeah.
Galchenyuk was projected
Yeah.
to be the best centerman of that draft. You know
And
what I mean?
Galchenyuk had a good first few years. I remember that. But
Exactly. Then well we need size at center. Well, let's go fucking
Right.
draft 6'5" Michael McCarron at like position what he was like what 25, 26?
20s. Yeah.
Late in the late 20s, which we were always getting, but like the problem wasn't the players we draft. The problem was developing
That's
them
it. There was zero
properly.
development whatsoever.
We really didn't. So this new regime, like you talk about, like man, Jeff Gordon's bringing in he brought in advanced analytics and advanced statistics and all that, and mixed with what Kent Hughes and his philosophy on how he's acquiring these players or picking the players that he wants.
Of course.
It's different, Zook. It's completely
It is different. Yeah.
But this is exciting too. So it really pushes us even more to look into these things, to look into the depths of the draft and profile of these players. And
I never used to look at the fucking stats of European hockey players back in the day. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude.
Like now we're looking at Finland. We're looking at fucking fucking German players or whatever it is. Like,
we're going all over
things
the world
like that where it's like
totally.
10 years ago was like, what the hell are you looking at? It's like fucking Leonard stats. You know, like now it's relevant though.
But also too, when you had a website like Cap Friendly, which now the fucking Capitals own those bastards. But when you had a stat like Cap Friendly, well, you could see whose player is in your system, and they were always up to date with points and how they're doing and all that. Maybe not advanced stats, but the basic stats, goals, assists, points, plus minus.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you have those things available to you, like if that depends on the level of your interest, but you want to go, you do that research. If you're passionate about this team 100%. or like any other prospects out there, you do your research. So dude, this is so exciting. Like, man, I can't believe Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals happens on the Monday of the week where the draft is coming on the Friday. Like there's so much going on, and like even before Game 7, there was a trade that was announced. You know what I mean? Like Linus Ullmark going to the Ottawa Senators. Like there's still shit going on.
It's a big trade, eh? Like that's a big
trade. Like fucking Senators.
So Boston's going towards the Swayman way, I imagine.
Yep.
So last year they did what? It was a 50-50 thing, eh?
Yeah, but I mean, dude, Linus Ullmark, Vezina winning nomination. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm surprised they traded him though. Is it a matter of budget management?
It's that and I think his no movement clause kicks into, or his modified note. I didn't really see, but there's lots of players right now that got traded just before their trade clauses, their no movement clauses kicked in. So heads up, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Speaking of Washington, thank God we dodged that bullet. Like and apparently the Canadiens inquired. So, but it doesn't matter. I'm done with the talk. I'm done. Like it's enough now with Pierre-Luc Dubois. But anyways, dude, like let's get right into the Stanley Cup Finals, man. Unreal. This was one of the best playoff series we've seen in a long time.
You know what it feels like? And I was saying this today at work. It feels like the Florida Panthers almost constructed the way the whole series went. You know, going ahead and by far, and then playing a certain way to make them catch up. And then game 7 is like they totally shut down every fucking player.
But you knew that. You knew
Of
game
course we
7.
knew that, but they could have done that also the game before and the one after. Okay, bar the game
Yeah.
that they lost 8-2, fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? It's like Edmonton had the fucking full momentum, and you know more than I do how momentum is a huge, huge factor in this game nowadays, right?
Yeah,
So
but
to stop a team like that the way they did in Game 7 in Florida with all that pressure, Jesus Christ, that's a team, dude.
so I think I don't know if it was Aaron Ward or Mike Johnson said this. One of them said it's not so much momentum from one game to another, because usually momentum happens within the moment,
Okay,
right? But Edmonton never lost confidence, though, and I think
no,
that's the key.
yeah,
They were so
they,
confident in their ability to catch up, and they did.
mhm.
I personally think having a guy like Corey Perry, say what you want. Look, I know
I
5,
love Perry, yeah.
dude, he's made the Stanley Cup Finals 5 times in his career. That's
Right.
insane. And I don't care if he's won 1 and lost the other 4. Dude, just that alone, he's in the Hall of Fame for
sure.
many other reasons too. But dude, Corey Perry's been with the Canadiens being down 3-1 and how to just stay calm and come back. Doesn't matter whether it's the first round or the final round. Yeah, the stakes are higher. But having a guy like that that's been through it, he knows. You knew Connor McDavid was gonna explode.
Yeah.
So you see a guy like him, you're gonna fucking perform. And I owe this goalie an apology. Stuart Skinner, he stood on his head, man.
Mhm.
He really did. And I don't care if the Sam Reinhart goal in Game 7 might have seemed weak. I think he got screened at the very last second. That's why the goal, dude.
Plus the pressure and all.
Dude, it Game 7 was so fucking tight defensively, and even at that, like, also Zook, you said it made me laugh. But the Florida Panthers paved the way for the Oilers to come back. Okay, I probably wouldn't go that far. You know what helped the Oilers though, and what screwed the Panthers? All those shorthanded goals they gave up. That's
what I mean by
and
it's like they almost constructed it like that.
But the way it happened is like, I don't understand how they didn't learn their lesson on fucking tightening the gap.
A team that has 100 and something points knows how to fucking handle penalty kills. You know what I mean? It's like, why the last 3 games of the whole fucking year they let in these amount of fucking time? It doesn't make sense.
And dude, Edmonton, but also Edmonton, besides Connor McDavid carrying the load, like Edmonton got goals from their depth forwards like Fogle and
dude, I'm surprised.
Hunter Brown.
They're not a one-trick pony team, dude. They're not a one-trick pony team. They're probably lacking 1 or 2 players that they'll probably address this year. Like, I don't see them winning, not winning the cup within the next 5 years. They're gonna win a cup. You know what I mean? Like Florida, Crosby. They tried. You know, the last year they lost. You know, and they retooled a few players, and boom, there you go. Edmonton's not far away, man. But
Sidney Crosby lost his first Stanley Cup final.
Of course.
And then he won the year after.
Was he younger than McDavid when he won his first cup?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, because they won in 2009, and he was drafted in 2005.
Oh, 5, yeah.
And he was 18. He was 18 at that time, so
he was in his young 20s. Holy shit!
He was like 20. He was 23, 24. Yeah. He was. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
McDavid, what now? He's like in his mid 20s.
26, 27.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Wow. It's crazy.
You know what I mean? But hey, Steve Yzerman won the cup at 31.
Yeah.
Steven Stamkos won. Yeah, but
it's a lot younger league now. You know?
It is.
Like, that's why I tell you, Sam. Like the Habs, I know you're probably going to be correct,
dude.
But like the whole 9-year thing, like,
but come on,
it could shift a few years, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, the only 2 themes I can think of that shifted were Pittsburgh with Sidney fucking Crosby, and Chicago with Patrick Kane. But Chicago, when they won the cup in 2010, excuse me, and they drafted Kane was in 2000. Taves was in 2006, I believe. Kane 2007, the year after.
Mhm.
Okay, but Jesus Christ, that was the most complete team that you could ask for. Like it's like Chicago and Pittsburgh are the only teams that took less than that. The rest, dude, it's
Yeah.
it's factual. It's there. You know what I mean? The only thing that's different, from Florida compared to the rest of the Stanley Cup champions is that only 3-4 players on their rosters were players that they actually drafted.
Yeah.
Like Barkov, Ekblad. I have it here. I have a list over here. Lundell. I think Kulikov was drafted by them. Everybody else they acquired through trade.
Yeah, Varegi was it was Toronto that drafted him.
Oh my God, I'm sure they love the fact that
there's another guy that's Toronto. No,
interesting fact about Verhaeghe. His father is a Toronto firefighter.
Oh, really? Eh?
Who worked with my captain when she retired
I think
Toronto.
You told me this. Yeah.
But she moved into the fire department I work in presently. She
Right.
worked there for a couple of years and then she retired. But she worked with Carter Verhaeghe's dad. He's now a platoon
That's cool,
chief.
man.
Yeah. So
That's fucking cool.
But here's the thing. First of all, I want to say this. The Florida Panthers would have won the Stanley Cup last year against Vegas if Matthew Tkachuk wasn't injured. Matthew Tkachuk last year was the difference maker. This year, not so much. He was a little bit on the slower side. I don't know if he was injured. Maybe he was playing it safe. I don't think so. So I have the list. Look, in case I have the list here of all the players, when they were drafted and what age they're at. Okay. This is another thing too. Like, God bless the Edmonton Oilers for fighting back, but the Panthers are a much younger team. Not much younger, but they're a little bit younger. The average age compared to the Edmonton Oilers. You have Barkov, who's a 2nd overall pick. You have Matthew Tkachuk, a 6th overall pick, who was traded for Huberdeau, who's a 2nd or 3rd overall pick, by the way.
Yeah.
By the way. So I'm just saying. Okay.
Dude, they moved Huberdeau at the right time.
Dude. But this dude, Matthew Tkachuk, I don't
think he's a fucking legend, this guy, dude.
I don't think people realize he turned this franchise around.
Yeah.
Like, he fucking made this team go from like really good to like we could win the Stanley Cup. And in the finals too. It's not a coincidence they made the Stanley Cup finals 2 years in a row. Like, ever since this guy came, they've been a completely different team. All they needed was Paul Maurice to fucking guide that team, and look what happened the last 2 years. Just look what happened the last 2 years. Okay, so you have Barkov, 2nd overall, Matthew Tkachuk, 6th overall, Sam Bennett from Calgary. Again, another player from Calgary. You had, I don't understand how Calgary fucked this up. Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, Lindholm, Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan. Dude, it just goes to show, if you don't have a coach that's able to establish a winning culture and create that family bond, it's not going to happen. So who else? Lundell, 12th overall. Kyle Posel, the old man. God bless him. So happy he won. A 7th overall pick. Reinhardt from Buffalo, a 2nd overall pick. Dude, you had Ekblad, you had Reinhardt, you had Draisaitl, and you had Bennett. That were all in the Stanley Cup Finals, the same drafts year. Like, dude,
that's fucking nuts. Yeah.
Don't forget, you have a dead player like Tarasenko, who's a 16th overall pick. You know, like, this team is so well built. I forgot to mention Lundell, 12th overall. Okay, Rodriguez undrafted. Verhaeghe.
There's a lot of first rounders. But
which team is trying to build with a lot of first round picks?
Montreal. I know.
So I'm not saying, look,
it's not over yet. This year there's going to be more moves for that. On another side note, Hyman, I didn't know he was a Leaf. I forgot he was a fucking Leaf.
Yeah, dude. dude. Zach Hyman.
The Leafs would have definitely loved to use Zach Hyman right now, dude.
Of course,
What
dude.
fuck?
But this,
I forgot he was a Leaf. Like I saw the stat, I'm like, you're right. He was drafted by the Leafs.
Him too. 50 goal scorer.
Yeah.
McDavid 100 points.
But not only 50 goals, the playoffs he was playing, dude. Like you
he
know how many fucking goals he had. Like the Leafs would drool. They would jizz with the prospect of having him back.
Dude, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
What a bad move, man, to trade
this
anyway.
This season and even in these playoffs, we saw so many milestones, even though it's majority from one fucking team, the Edmonton Oilers. Dude, like there's a reason why the NHL got record attendance in these finals. Like, not to mention it's because the Edmonton Oilers, a Canadian team, going to the finals.
That's it. That's all it takes.
Listen, if I promise you this, if the Montreal Canadiens, when they made the finals, if it was not a COVID type year, I'm telling you, it would have been. I want to believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being biased. I don't care. I think there could. I think
you're not being biased.
I think there could have been record-breaking numbers there too.
There's a few Canadian teams where if they do make the playoffs, it's record fucking attendance, record ratings.
Yeah, Montreal,
and
Toronto, and because Edmonton has the best player in the world. Yeah. Dude,
look,
he is the best.
I was in Vancouver last week, and I caught Game 6.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like from speaking to a lot of BC people, BC residents, they're like, the only reason why they were watching it is because it was a Canadian team. It had nothing to do with having McDavid there or whatnot. But like, if you had Ottawa Senators in that position, they would have the same fucking views, in my opinion. But like the only team that I think would boost like record would be like really like nationally would be the Canadiens. They have the most fans nationally, like just straight up.
Montreal and even Toronto too. But dude, there's a
lot but Toronto's
a lot of
Montreal out the West.
Dude, there's a lot of Montreal fans out the West. It's crazy.
Yeah. They're not like the out the West Leafs as much as the Canadiens. The Canadiens there's a lot of Habs fans in Vancouver. There's a lot of Habs fans in not Edmonton and Calgary.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely.
And then not to mention East Coast, it's all fucking Habs fans. So like, imagine the playoffs that imagine having two Canadian teams in the playoffs. Imagine having the Canadians versus an Edmonton, or Canadians versus
Canadian. If you would have a Montreal versus any West Coast team, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. But anyways,
good now. Yeah. So I'm glad the ratings are fantastic, and it's great for the NHL. I'm really happy for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last few years, I don't know if you saw the stats, the ratings, you were suffering. In compared to North American sports, I mean, but that's normal sometimes.
Did you really think Edmonton was going to win?
It was possible for sure.
I had a feeling
the players that they have, it's like, of course, it's possible.
I had a feeling. Florida was still going to win in Game 7.
Yeah, I was calling for fucking Dallas to win, but
I was calling for Colorado to win, but
yeah,
I thought Dallas was going to make the finals too. Anyways,
Dallas, Florida was my finals,
dude. But you know how hard it is to win 4 in a row in a Stanley Cup Finals, and it's almost sometimes it's even hard to lose 4 in a row.
But how many injuries were there right now? Like now that they disclosed all the players, everyone was banged up, dude.
Absolutely. So the healthiest team usually wins, and you find out McDavid had, I think he had a ruptured.
Is he going to get surgery for that?
Yeah, he needs surgery. A ruptured.
So
I don't know if it's his
all
stomach
these fucking injuries could affect their career long term, eh? Like it did with Shea Weber and Carey Price. Like, that's
the price, dude. This is why this trophy is the toughest trophy to win in sports, man.
It's the hardest fucking sport, man.
It's the hardest trophy, man. Dude, you got to win. You got to win 16 games, and you're playing a contact sport, full speed. Dude, I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says.
They're playing fucking 20 games. They're playing 80, plus games.
This is the
traveling.
Oh my god, absolutely, dude. Can you imagine, dude, traveling from Edmonton to Florida back? Dude, the body must be. And you know what? You saw it.
The body,
They
bro.
were,
It's also
they
this.
were,
It's also the
yeah,
fucking noggin, bro. It's also the head, man.
dude.
The people get
They
fed up.
the last 2 minutes of the game, they were gassed. Like the Oilers still
Did you see
pushed.
the pace of the game though? It was like
They
what a
were,
difference between
they
game
were,
1 and game 7, eh?
dude. They were gassed, man.
Yeah.
Like both teams were gassed.
Every
But
hit
the
was like,
Oilers, dude, the oil like Edmonton, they practically double shifted McDavid and Draisaitl. Like they had to, they had no choice. Dude, they
yeah.
were gassed in the end. Like fuck, as much as they wanted to fight, they had nothing. They left it all on the ice. And it's a beautiful thing to see in this.
Also,
in
Florida style is wearing down, man.
They do, dude.
It
Florida,
does. That's
Florida's
so good, man.
big. Florida's massive, dude. Their smallest guy is Evan Rodriguez at
And
like 5'11".
Take some notes, Kent. Let's go.
Like, dude,
Come on now.
oh my god. Well, fuck it. Let's get into it, man. The draft is here this Friday. Let's give a little draft preview, dude. I have no idea where to go, which direction to even think.
Hughes is a poker player, dude, and that's part of it.
Dude, he's so good.
Actually, really good because he's using his agent background.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and look, even in Florida, there was his name, Bill Zito. He was an agent.
Dude, Bill Zito looked like he was ready to murder every player and their entire family.
But he was an agent.
Yeah, he was. But like that face is like,
yeah, don't fuck around with an Italian boy.
Dude,
like,
oh my god,
you know what I mean? But like that fucking mentality is what we're seeing Kent Hughes right now at play right now. He's not letting us know. Listen, he might have had dinners with 2 or 3 players that he might not even fucking ever pick. You know what I'm saying? It could be all for distracting other teams and thinking which direction the Habs want to go. You know what I'm saying? They're creating some confusion, which creates confusion in the other teams ahead of them, the 4 teams ahead of them. Maybe, out of that confusion, they pick a player that they don't necessarily want, and then boom, the player that really Kent Hughes wants is available, and then there we go.
So I know.
Let's go then enough.
I know Bob McKenzie and Craig Button, they released their final mock draft. I personally like Bob McKenzie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with his list that I have here. So
Bob is usually pretty accurate.
He's pretty good. I still like Craig Button, but
yeah,
I think I like Bob McKenzie just a little bit more. So I'm going to go with him. So
when did you release it?
A day ago. Bob McKenzie released it today on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, we're June 26th. Bob McKenzie released it on the 25th.
Yeah.
So he has the obvious Macklin Celebrinis going at number 1.
Is he really going to be number 1? Like,
bam,
really? Okay,
bam.
Because he's been pretty quiet.
Well, let's go with the top 5 because everybody cares about the top 5.
Yeah.
Ivan Demidov, however you pronounce it. He's got him at number 2. So if Chicago picks him with him and Connor Bedard, that's a good 1-2 punch. And who's got the best 1-2 punch in the league right now? We just watched them lose.
1-2 punch? Edmonton.
McDavid, Draisaitl. So then he's got Artyom Levshunov at number 3. He's got Anton Silaev at number 4. And at number 5...
Is that also a defenseman?
Yeah. At number 5, he's got who I want the Canadiens to pick, Caden Lindstrom. Medicine Hat boy, Caden Lindstrom. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there's tons of rumors, tons of people posting that apparently Demidov dropped. Some truly believe the Canadiens will pick him at number 5.
Dropped in whose books?
So apparently, dude, some people that are said talking to other scouts, maybe this, maybe that. Demidov is officially meeting with the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow, by the way. He said it himself. Okay? The Canadiens are meeting Ivan Demidov tomorrow on Thursday.
Well, if they don't, they're not doing their job, I'm glad.
I agree. But I don't know if you remember who they met up last minute in 2002, but apparently they met up with Slavkovsky like dead last minute. But anyways, we'll
I
see.
know, but Slav was never top 5.
But yeah, of course he was. Yeah, he was ranked number 1 by Bob McKenzie.
He was number 1?
Of course. Hey, yeah, dude, come on.
Not overall, like European skaters.
No, he was ranked first overall. It's between him and Shane Wright.
More than Shane Wright. Okay,
yeah.
I don't know that.
Dude, apparently like 5.
It was fucking Shane Wright.
This is how close it was. It was like, I think, like five scouts had him first. 5 out of 10 scouts had him first overall. 4 scouts out of 10 had Shane Wright, and 1 scout out of 10 had like Logan Cooley at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, dude. It was that tight.
Okay, yeah. Well,
so
5th overall though. Like if he goes second, like
dude, it's man. I also saw somewhere that the Canadiens, they narrowed it down to Lidstrom, Demidov, and even Beckett Seneke.
Seneke, yeah, but he's not.
Some even have Ziva. I can't pronounce the name. Buyum. Another defenseman that Joey won't like. But kid at 6 foot. Okay, hey, listen, Ivan Demidov came in at 6 foot and a half. So he's not he's a big small kid, or he's a small big kid.
Yeah, no, he's like a New Hook.
Oh, New Hook is shorter, dude.
New Hook is thicker.
New Hook is smaller. Yeah, I mean they all are. They're all muscular, but
like I mean, look, I'd be happy with a fucking Demidov for sure, but like, it's hard with these fucking Russians. It's like, is he coming? So let's say they draft him. Is he available to come straight away?
I don't know if he's going to come right away. I think he's got 1 year left.
That's what I don't like.
Dude, did you see everybody freak out that Mishkov is on his way?
Yeah.
Over and so basically the whole 3-year fucking.
Yeah, but it's not confirmed yet.
Yeah, it is confirmed.
It is okay.
It is confirmed.
Like anything's possible, right?
He's joining Philadelphia.
Honestly, contracts is like it's a goddamn paper. Think about it.
Yeah,
but especially me, who's a huge F1 fan, and that sport contracts literally mean nothing. Seriously.
I get it, but like you never know with the KHL and like who runs that league
in general.
So, no, yeah,
we're gonna see him soon or be shit. I'm kidding. I just want to bash Joey for some reason, but like,
dude, but this is what Joey is not understanding. Like, and I get it. Everybody has a right to their opinion and who they think is best for this team, and blah 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 blah. But if these playoffs have been indicating anything, is that you need fucking size. You need big players. Like, can we stop it with going get the 5'10" or the 5'11", like so-called potential superstar?
That's why I think Lidstrom, if he's available, going to get picked up.
Dude, if Caden Lidstrom is available at number 5, the Canadiens are picking him.
Yeah.
But now, like, there's fear that Columbus might fucking take him.
Weren't they in a need for a D?
Dude, they're in a need of one or the other. Like,
okay.
especially now that Patrick Laine wants to get traded out. You don't think they're going to now try to find a big forward?
Yeah.
So Columbus is scaring me. Columbus, dude, they might. They actually might. And man, like if but here's the thing. If Chicago picks Demidov and Columbus picks Caden Lidstrom, are we stuck with a fucking defenseman to pick again?
Looks like it. And if
dude,
that's the case, I hope. Yeah.
I'm telling you now.
Zane Parekh looks fucking good, man.
He's good, but he dropped. Like I'd rather
he's eighth. He's eighth.
I'd rather get Sam Dickinson.
Okay.
Who's ranked at number 6.
Yeah.
I'd rather get him, but he's
not as offensive though.
He's a good two-way. Yeah, he's
good.
I saw him play in I watched him play in the Memorial Cup final, and he looked amazing. The problem is, he's another left-handed shooter. He's another left-handed defenseman. We have so many of those, and it's going to be the on and on story. It's like, oh, we have a surplus of defensemen, and most of them are on the left side. Blah 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 blah.
We'll have a look. We're gonna have to see, man. Seriously,
who do you want the Canadiens to pick?
I think they're gonna look based on like previous fucking historical data that we have access to. Kent Hughes likes to pick like pedigree type players. You know what I mean? Like players with like either it's a history of a certain character type. But I think Tasia Ginla is going to be picked.
Tasia Ginla.
He may have dropped whatever it is, but like apparently this guy has a really good work ethic.
Totally. You see who his dad is,
and that's what I mean, and that's what Martin wants, St. Louis wants, and that's what Kent Hughes and Gorton is all about. So like, if you look at the things that they look for, that's what he has. Like, I'm not saying Lidstrom is the opposite. I hear good things about it too.
Yeah.
Demidov is the only unknown. I don't really know. I'm guessing that's why they're going to really they're going to meet with him last minute to really see his character, right? To see if he checks those important pointers that they want. If he does, then big chance if he's available, we're going to probably pick Demidov because goal scoring is something that we need as well. I know what you're saying about big players and whatnot, but we also don't have a 40 goal scorer, consistent 40 goal scorer right away.
The only thing that concerns everyone about Caden Lidstrom is his injury history.
Yeah, well, his injury, he had a back injury, but he's fucking young, dude.
Dude, that's it. He's probably going to heal quicker than Wolverine right now.
He's young. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. The worrisome injuries are like the knees or concussions. That's like the stuff that I don't like too much, or like wrists.
Yeah,
the back is like it's fine at that age. The same with Reinbacker with his issue. Like nobody's talking about it anymore.
No, exactly.
The swollen knee things. It's fine, dude.
But dude, what if we see a future lineup of Caden Lidstrom with either Kirby Dach or Juraj Slafkovsky
for a second line?
Sure.
Colossus,
dude.
Like that's a playoff fucking team, dude.
Like, okay, here. Let me play devil's advocate. Let's just shoot fucking random scenarios here. We're gonna play Anthony's game here. Like, what if they draft Caden Lidstrom? Okay, but they go get that other top 6 forward that they want. How? I don't know, but they just do.
Well, they're gonna have to trade one of their.
Sure, they're probably gonna trade. Yeah, obviously, yes. What if a line one day on the Canadiens, whether it's a first or second line, what if it's Lidstrom centering, Juraj Slafkovsky on the left, and Kirby Dach on the right?
And who's your first line?
What if you have Nick Suzuki with Cole Caulfield and whoever the hell they get or sign, however they get that top 6 forward?
Maybe a sign, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
dude,
you're looking a little more solid.
In your words,
for sure.
In your words. Jizz.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean? And even if Juraj Slafkovsky doesn't play with Dach and Lidstrom, but the fact you have those two that can alternate at center, and they're big hits.
Zegras again. Zegras again.
Zegras
looking at him.
Zegras is in the mix again. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But man, the one thing, dude. But like, again, are the Canadiens going to trade that 26th pick before the draft, like they did with Newhook? They did the trade before the draft, and then they picked Reinbacker.
Yeah,
like, are they going to do it the day of, or are they going to do it the day before? Like, I have no idea, but I can't wait to see.
They could trade it the same day, right? Like, like trade, what do you call it? Draft fucking.
Of course.
Like, they once they see who gets picked first, or if they get information of what one team wanting to draft a certain player, maybe. Okay, so that's a possibility. Yes, I think that's definitely possible. And I see Kent Hughes definitely. But we saw what he did with Romanov.
Yeah, exactly
He's
that.
the only one that's done that recently, I think, like in the first round.
I don't recall any other trades being
That's what I
made.
mean.
I'm
So
trying to remember. I do not remember
I'm sure
the one.
GMs are going to be calling him, depending on who gets picked. I would say the first.
Well, dude, now that like Patrick Liney wants out, like it's like
Yeah, like
they might like
yeah,
there's a couple of teams that are looking to trade. Like I don't know if the New Jersey Devils want to trade their I think they have the 10th overall pick. Uh, man,
I
there's
wouldn't.
lots of teams out there that are looking to make trades. I truly believe that. Dude, I don't know. And I can't wait. Yeah, New Jersey has a 10th. I think Calgary might even be interested in trading their ninth.
Man,
Uh,
that's going to be I'm very curious to see that. But yeah, listen, I'd be happy with Lidstrom for sure. But then again, we'll see. We'll see. I have a feeling we're going to be all surprised, and I hope in a good way.
yeah.
Listen, would you be happy if the Habs, if a miracle happens, Demidov's available and Lidstrom's
So
Demidov? Would you be like? What would you be? Like, would you be happy, or would you be like, maybe they should have picked Lidstrom instead? Because I know
I mean,
you like
look, I want
building the team's archetype towards a certain way for playoffs. I get it.
I want the Canadians to pick someone that's not only going to help them make the playoffs, but get them through the playoffs. And here, I'm going to go a bit on a rant here, and you know which rant I'm talking about because you witnessed it with Joey today. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him. We're not going to call him Statsman Joe anymore. We're going to call him Jim Selfie Joey right now. Okay.
I'm also joking.
So, dude, this is a question for anybody listening. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment, join the conversation. How the fuck are the Canadiens supposed to compete and beat a current Florida Panthers team right now in their division? Okay, some people might say or think, well, in 3-4 years from now, when the kids they're starting to reach their prime age, Florida's going to get older. They might not be the same team. They probably won't have Bobrovsky anymore. You're probably right. But what about teams like Ottawa that's building, Buffalo that's building? I still think Toronto's going to be a good team. Tampa Bay, we don't know yet.
Red Wings?
Dude, the Red Wings, my God, great point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need to beat these teams in order to get to the Cup finals. And these are, like, we're in the toughest division for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, we all as fans need to realize, like, dude, this is why they picked Reinbacher.
Mm-hmm.
Because defensively, he's probably going to be able to match up against a Brady Tkachuk, hopefully, or potentially. He's probably going to be able to match up against a fucking, maybe even Austin Matthews if he's still on the team. Pasternak, who's going to be on the Bruins, okay?
I think so, too.
You know what I mean? But we need forwards that go up against those defensemen. Like, dude, in Buffalo right now might have almost the best defensive core with Darlene Power and now Bowen Byram. Like, we're going to need forwards to get past those guys.
Mm.
And I'm sorry, I don't think a 5'10" player is going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, dude, these playoffs have shown that you need big players, big skilled players. I love Cole Caulfield, but we can't get another player small like him anymore. I don't care if he scores 30, 40, 50 goals.
We saw him in the playoffs. When was it? His first year. It was his first year, right?
Dude, and he did well for a rookie.
I found he did well. Yeah,
he did
well against.
Dude, I'm not saying we can't have Cole Caulfield on
Yeah,
this team
having that is not going to help for sure.
Exactly.
I
like
agree.
Nick Suzuki's 6 foot. Like, he's a wide 6 foot. He's built like a tank. But
Dalk is tall. Like Slav. That's why also they drafted Slav too. There's not many people with that frame, but like not
totally.
There are players with with size, but I'm saying that have that skill and speed. Not many people. Do you think Lidstrom has that
I
potential?
think Lich, yes,
Like his
I
goal scoring is up there. You think?
dude,
Like he could score for 30 goals. You think?
dude, if he would have played a full season in the WHL in the West, I think he would have scored 40, 50.
For me, my only thing from what I was looking at it is his skating needs a bit of work,
Sure,
a
but
bit of work. But
they all do. They're 19 years old. They're not even
that's
into
what I
their
mean.
body
Not
yet.
even, yeah.
We
So
saw Uri. It's the same thing with Uri
slaps,
Slafkovsky.
yeah, slap too, yeah.
But
Yeah.
and another thing, Caden Lidstrom is accustomed to North American style and style rink and size.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to get into the speed of it, but this is why. Again, I liked what I saw from TJ Ginla during his playoff run.
Mhm.
During the he was in the
He has a high
Gretzky.
ceiling. I find he's
He
not
does.
he's
He
not
really
perfected it.
does. Like,
He's
look,
far from being good, but like he
at,
has some work ethic.
at the end of the day, I really think if it comes down between Demidov, Lidstrom, Iginla, I might even add Seneki to that list. 6'3", but
Seneki, I don't know much about. Like,
he might have one of the best hands in the draft.
okay,
Apparently,
and he's 6'3". Cool.
he's 6'3", but he's like a skinny 6'3". Like he's at 180 pounds.
Like
So
fucking.
like he's
like Kotkaniemi.
I worry that he might have a bit of the McCarron style skating,
Oh,
big
fuck.
kid that can't. But at the same time too, if he's projected to go top 10, there's a good reason. McCarron wasn't even close to being a top 10.
No.
I don't think I'd be disappointed with Seneki as well. But right now, I think I have those three forwards. Sorry,
He's in the U.S. development program.
no, he's in the Western Hockey League.
WHL, wow.
Yeah,
the WHL is spitting them out this year.
Dude, I absolutely, absolutely. He played with where is he? Beckett said he's oh no, excuse me. My God, no, he's with Oshawa. Oh my God, what am I saying? No, he's with Oshawa. Sorry, I got mixed up with Berkeley Canton. I got mixed up. Berkeley Cantons in the WHL in the Western Hockey. No, the guy you're thinking of in the U.S. National Development is Cole Eiserman.
Eiserman,
who broke Caulfield's record of goal scoring.
Yeah.
So
I don't think the Habs met with him.
Did they?
I'm
not sure.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure. The ones I know they met up with, like for dinner, they brought them out to dinner. It was Lidstrom, Dickinson, and Iginla.
Iginla, yeah.
So
that's why I think Iginla is fucking. I think he's high in there. Fucking.
Listen.
I could be wrong.
But I believe in the genetics hand me down. We'll call it. I believe.
You have a father like that, dude. The guy that worked. He's like atypical what the Habs want.
I will not be disappointed.
It's okay, now. I forgot to add this before. One problem with drafting like a kid whose father was a legend, there's that that filling in their shoes syndrome, what I call it.
Living up to that expectation.
A comparison I could tell you is Michael Schumacher's son.
Okay.
He made the F1 and he won every junior champion, category he won. And then the second he gets to the pinnacle sport, it didn't transpire. Even Senna, fucking Ayrton Senna's nephew, Bruno Senna. This is like Senna's like known to be like he's like the Wayne Gretzky, the legend of all legends. Needed to the F1, won every junior category, could not win a single race. So like I have fears with that, with drafting a son, of a said legend, if you will.
Sure.
There's a lot of pressure, and then on top of it, you have the pressure of a market the size of Montreal, where they fucking zoom into your penis. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big market. They know everything about every player.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
But Iginla was in Calgary. He was still in the Canadian market.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You think he's going to give him pointers on how to handle certain things? Yeah,
1,000%.
That's a valid point. Yeah.
1,000%. And this regime is surrounding these kids with proper guidelines on and all that. Like
No doubt, especially with the coach.
they have extreme support.
Yeah,
Sure, you mentioned those guys. What about Stanley Cup champion Matthew Tkachuk, son of Keith Tkachuk?
but Keith Tkachuk, in my opinion, was never
Oh, he was one of the most popular power forwards of
popular.
that era.
Yes, he was very
Like
verbose.
he was good. Like he was a very multiple all-star player. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like Keith Tkachuk
The
was a
hockey's
hell of a
different
player.
these days. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And Brady Tkachuk, love him or hate him in Ottawa, we're here to this day saying that the Canadiens should have drafted him instead of Jesperi Kotkaniemi. And here's my other
out now. Like, is that even a question?
Here's my other point. You draft Caden Lidstrom, we might be able to forget the fact that the Canadiens drafted Jesperi Kotkaniemi over Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's my opinion.
I was so happy that we had drafted that kid. I remember being in Italy that summer. I was like, so happy that we drafted him, and then he killed the summer camp and all that shit. I'm like, fuck,
we were on the I remember you and I were on the Jesperi Kotkaniemi bandwagon, big time.
God damn it!
God damn, that's what it is. But I think
so they need to draft a big player. Let's go, boys. Let's go, Kent.
Did I just convince?
Yeah, fuck it. You know what, man?
You're going with Lidstrom.
Well, even on what you said before about like playing your divisional teams and beating a team like the Senators that are built a certain way with certain players like Chuck. Yeah, it's unfortunately that's how it goes. You need to match up A with A. You know what I'm saying,
dude? Like, man,
apples on apples.
I foresee like Reinbacher being matched up against him. I foresee Jackeye going up against him, dude.
Reinbacher right now is a big black. What do you call it? Black horse? What do you call it? No, black horse.
Black sheep.
Unknown factor. Like, what do you call that? He's an unknown. A wild card. Sorry, he's a wild card.
Okay.
Because I don't know really how he's gonna pan out. All signs are showing he's gonna make it. He might make the Habs. Like I'm saying,
I think he will.
What type of impact he's gonna have?
Dude, he's gonna be.
Because last year he had a bad season, but granted, his team was
his team was garbage
for sure. But like I'm still fucking curious. See Logan Mayo, you saw what he's gonna be. In Laval, he was the best defenseman in the fucking AHL, dude. Like and he was
as a rookie.
He was pubescent. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you see the potential, but like Reinbacher, like we saw a glimpse of him like in the first game when he played with the Canadiens. He had an assist, right? Or who was it? An assist?
Who are you talking about?
Reinbacher. Like when he played with the Canadiens this year.
Well, in the preseason, he didn't play a game yet with the Canadiens.
I thought he played at the end of the year.
No, that was Mayu.
It was Mayu and Hudson, but I thought Reinbacher played too. Yeah,
no, dude. So Reinbacher in his first game
was the preseason where he showed
pretty good.
He looked pretty good. Yeah, but then Zim to me is a wild card. I'm curious to see how he's going to be this coming camp. Well, I don't know what impact he's going to do. If he could do what you're saying, and perhaps he could match up with one of those teams in our divisions, players.
Dude, he's gonna be he's gonna be a shutdown guy. That's what he's gonna be.
Like trade Barron or something to that effect, or like try to get some.
Apparently,
type player. I don't know. Like you need to do something.
Barron apparently is in the trade rumors. So
yeah, Barron, but this really scared man. I don't know.
It depends. We're gonna see, man. I'm telling you, this Friday it's gonna. We're like, I can't wait for. I finish at 5:30. I'm running home. I'm preparing all the stuff here, and I just can't wait for 7 o'clock.
It's gonna be some shit, bro.
It's gonna be crazy. I want to end on one more thing. Former Montreal Canadiens captain Shea Weber, Hall of Famer.
Did you hear the call?
Yeah, I did. When they called the Wild, he was playing golf.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Did you hear when they called Jeremy Roenick?
Yes.
He was bawling his eyes out on the phone. You heard it.
Even Weber, it sounded like he was choking up.
I'm sure he was. Man Mountain. I don't. He's
Man
probably
Mountain.
like he's probably
Honestly,
just there's like yeah maybe
I'm
he
I'm
did the
surprised
hardcore
though
work.
he got inducted this quick.
A
He's
lot
not
of
even
people are
retired
surprised.
in
You
theory.
know, he's still under contract.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people are still upset that Alexander Mogilny did not
Well,
make it.
you know why, eh?
Does it have to do with him being with the USSR and Russia and all that? I'm wondering if it's that. I mean, Pavel
It
Datsuk is
was
going in as well, and Pavel
yeah,
Datsuk,
that's a valid point. You're right.
but
That's
Pavel
being
Datsuk was not part of the USSR at that time. I don't think he played for USSR.
what was he, Belarus?
No, he's Russian, but like Datsuk came in at 2000, or like he got drafted in the
Oh,
late
okay.
90s. So he
Right.
had nothing to do with I'm to the best.
Well, but Gilney was what? When was he playing?
Like this is in
Like
the
the
80s.
90s. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, the 80s and the 90s. A hell of a
you're right.
player, man. What
It's because he was the first player to like spearhead through to the NHL
from Russia. Yeah.
from the USSR. Yeah.
Yeah, and then guys
Honestly, I don't agree with that, man. I don't agree with barring out athletes from Russia. Like it makes no fucking sense.
I don't know.
Politics has
I
nothing to
can't
do
well
with
that's
fucking.
exactly that. I can't stand
It has
how
nothing to do with
with
the
politics
athletes,
and
the entertainment, fucking politics. And I
yeah,
hope that's not the case. Like maybe
I got a
I don't
feeling
know.
it
Maybe
is.
there's more that we don't know about, but like
Could be.
definitely he should be in it. For sure.
I don't know if he secretly banged somebody
That's
that
what I mean. You know what I'm
the
saying?
wife of I don't
There
want
has
to be
to be something.
I don't want to use profanity here, but like Jesus, like
No.
what the heck does it take for this guy to make it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Honestly, I would have imagined him being sooner than Shea Weber, especially the fact that Shea Weber's not retired yet. But yeah.
but
Anyways, it's
hey,
not
listen,
over yet.
dude,
Meaning,
I no, but I still think Shea Weber deserves it.
yeah, no, for
He's
sure. We since the moment that we lost that last playoff round, you said it. You were like, he's an of Famer,
yeah, I think so. Dude, like
Hall of Famer player. Even Price, for sure, will definitely be there as well.
well, the Price next year is eligible, huh?
It's next year, yeah. But
Next year, him. I saw
again,
the list.
fucking contracts, like just buy them out already. Jesus Christ. Like,
No, you can't buy him out, or
I
else
know,
he doesn't. He loses his money. And anyways,
damn it,
so my I was looking at Shea Weber highlights today.
mental.
My favorite one, like he's got so many of them, but I was looking at the ones with Montreal, like obviously his very first goal with the Canadiens. Uh, those the one where he took the slap shot and he missed. It went over the net, hit the glass, and like the crowd in the back of that glass, that section, all fucking dodged because they thought they were gonna die, get a puck in their freaking teeth. Uh,
There you go.
man,
Gallagher's decline was because of him.
yeah, took a slap shot off his fucking hand. Of course, it's gonna hurt.
Not
What was
just
it?
once, bro.
Dude, what was the highlight against the Minnesota Wild against Eriksson Ek, who stopped
Heck,
like who he blocked 3 shots in a row from Weber? Like I
dead.
don't think he felt his leg anymore. I think his leg died that night.
Seriously, Gallagher. You picture Gallagher. Like, you know what? Think about it. Now that we're on the Weber speech, um, talk about the guts to go in front of him.
Dude,
This shot. Come on,
any of them.
dude. He's a fucking.
There's
You know,
dude,
he can
there's
say whatever he wants. This guy, this kid, Gallagher, man, like
Gallagher.
again,
He is fearless. Like I don't care what anybody says.
fantastic.
He's fearless. Like not everybody wants to get in front of the net and take a beating like he does.
No.
But and then there's the obvious goal against Vegas when the
Yes.
Canadiens won. Like it was his fucking Weber fires and scores, man. That got
How satisfying, Sammy, was it watching Weber score from a power from the point? You know, a slap shot.
the
Like how
best.
satisfying was it to see it?
Dude, when you know you have the hardest shot in the world on your blue line on the power play, yeah, you waited for it. You waited
Every
for
power play, dude, were like. And
Like
that also created a lot of openings for players thought, and then he would pass it, and then
it did, but almost everybody knew where that puck was going. Like you knew where that puck was going on the power play when Shea Weber was at the point.
Was Weber playing with Markov at one point?
Yep.
That's
Oh yeah.
That's a power
Of
play.
course. Of course.
It was
Of
okay. So
course.
you were still with there. Okay,
Of
cool.
course he did.
I don't remember. I don't remember
Of
what happened
course he
back then.
did. Of course
Yeah.
he played with Bart. Yeah, he played. He played. I think it was one season or something with Markov and Radulov. They were fucking. They knew how
Oh,
to find
man.
him.
Yeah.
Like that. They. Oh my god.
That's
That's another
there's not
Montreal
many
team.
characters like there's not many players like Weber, you know.
Dude.
And,
I don't care what anybody says.
maybe
Like
Gooley might be that
he was
next.
he was a fucking leader. He was a
Yeah.
fucking leader on the ice and in the locker room.
Mhm.
I know Montreal has this whole thing where it's like if you're the captain of Montreal Canadiens, you got to do off ice activity too.
Right.
And I get it. I understand that. But man, I think Shea Weber contributed in ways that not many people know because he likes to keep it quiet. He
Mhm.
doesn't want to be in the spotlight. I'm sure he's donated to charities in Montreal and in Nashville, in BC. Just nobody knows about it because he doesn't want to make it go public.
And
He
that's a big influence on Nick Suzuki. That's similar to Nick Suzuki. Look at that. He's a
Dude,
quiet leader, Nick Suzuki,
you
but he leads the team.
you really if people think that Nick Suzuki did not learn a thing
He learned a
from
lot.
Shea Weber,
Yeah.
like you're out of your goddamn
And
mind.
And he's still probably asking him questions. But
It
like,
could be, dude. Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield. Thank God they were part of that team that finals because they got to
course.
learn from Shea Weber. They got to learn from Corey Perry. They probably even learned just a little bit from Eric Stahl, even though it was a short amount of time.
Mhm.
For sure from Carey Price. You know what I mean? Like, dude, Nick Suzuki. For sure. He took everything he could out of Shea Weber, and to this day, I'm sure he applies it to himself, how he is as
I'm
a
almost
person,
certain.
as an
Mhm.
athlete, as a Montreal Canadiens captain. I'm willing to bet every dollar I have in my bank account remaining that Nick Suzuki applies everything he learned from Shea Weber as the captain of the Montreal Canadiens. And that's how I'm going to end this. That's all I have to say. You don't have to Shea Weber to me was one of the best Montreal Canadiens captain that we got to watch. I love Max Pacioretty. I still think Weber's a better captain. Saku Koivu will always be my favorite, but I think Shea Weber belongs there. We didn't get to see the captains of the 70s and the 80s. Guy Carbonneau, absolutely a fantastic captain. Don Fuss as well. I'm sure Mike Keane as well. Kirk Mahler as well, for sure. To us, it started with Saku Koivu.
Yeah.
Now it's Nick Suzuki. Shea Weber fucking belongs to that category of, to us, at least us as my generation, our generation.
Better than Jonta.
And I love Giunta, but I
love Jonta too.
I love
Jonta was
Giunta,
also
but I love Weber as a captain more than Giunta.
me too.
And I love Giunta. I agreed at that time.
Yeah.
I agreed at that time he deserved the captain because he was the oldest player. He's like, yeah, but to me, it was definitely Shea Weber all the way, like even more than Max Pacioretty. And I liked Max Pacioretty, so we're gonna end it on that. That's it. Anything else?
You said it all, Delomeo.
You said it all. Friday. Oh my God, Friday, 7:00, live on YouTube. The Curfew Boys will be watching the draft with you all. Please come join us. Come see our reactions. Join in the conversations.
We're gonna see Joey's mental breakdown.
See Joey's mental breakdown and lose his shit. He will not be leaving the podcast mid draft.
We're sitting him down in a straight jacket.
He's not chair. He ain't moving. He ain't moving. Well, so once again, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is free. Tell your friends about us. Share the word. Go Habs, go. Keep listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We're on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok. I can't wait for Friday. Zook, I'll see you there. The rest of the Curfew Boys are supposed to be there.
Yes.
No excuses. All right, bud. Have a good night.
Same to you, brother.
And we'll see you then. Until then, bye now. Good night.